Porsche Taycan is one of the most anticipated electric cars this year. It's going to directly compete with the Tesla Model S. And recently, in the last couple of days, we got a spy video, I guess you would call it, of the interior of the car. It's about only 18 seconds long, but it shows so many different things, including one feature that they're calling Autopilot. It was pretty clearly to see. So let's talk about, how real the video is, because it does look a little bit, I don't know. And then also, will Taycan have an autopilot, and will that compete with the Model 3? All of this is coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric.
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. And of course, thank you to my Patreons, boom, right here, for supporting my independent show. If you want to watch me live, one of the perks, go to patreon.com/E4Electric. All right, so Taycan, it used to be called Mission E, and everybody really dug the exterior design of it. But then they kind of made it look more like Panamera. And even though a lot of people are still excited about it because it does look like a real Porsche Panamera, the design that everyone was hoping for, it looks like it's just going to stay a concept. I've seen it in person. It is stunning, especially in that pearl white, as you can see that the original picture was in, but it's not meant to be. All right, so we've seen some pictures of the interior. There's no mystery there, though. I do have to say I'm not digging the big screen being so low at the bottom, like right here on the center console. I see what they're doing with this in terms of there used to be tons and tons and tons of buttons in all these Porsches. And they kind of decided, well, instead of all these buttons, we're going to put a monitor in there. Yeah, but it's too low because the buttons you can touch and feel, and that way you didn't really have to look down as much. But with a monitor, because things obviously changed, the user interface, I think it's way too low to look down. Now, there's another small monitor here, but it's just too small. That's not where the maps go. So I think they missed a mark there. I'm not really sure if anybody expected amazing user experience from Porsche, but if they were to, if they're going to really compete with a Model S, user experience has to be there. Okay, let me show you the video and you be the judge. I'll play it a couple times for you guys. So it's literally 18 seconds. As you can see, the person puts it in neutral, then in rear. The car backs up just a little bit, and then right away it switches to drive and it starts driving away. So there are a couple of things there that I didn't really like. First of all, the fact that how smooth the camera pans out. That's not usually how it's done. Then how fake the hand looks. I mean, again, it's kind of a grainy video, and the fact that the reflection on the on the monitor from the roof, from the sunroof, I'm assuming, it does look like it's a daytime, but yet, in front of it, it's very dark. So all of these things just make me wonder. But I guess if somebody would have made a fake video of the interior of any car to get some clicks or, views or whatever, I would have assumed they would have done it of the Model S or Model X or some sort of a Tesla. Now, the dealer's strip is the one that leaked this information. From what I understand, it's hard to track down the sources, I have to say. But it looks like dealer strip is the one to credit here. All right, so let's break down what we've actually seen. Before that, of course, I want to quickly remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out an all-electric M-Byte, the SUV that's coming to the US and Europe at the end of the next year, starting at only $45,000. Join myself and over 50,000 other people around the world who reserve this car. $0 down. I don't know, about a minute of your time to fill up a quick form, and boom, you are on the list. So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. All right, so there's a couple of still shots that I took. Number one is a lot of people are peeing their pants because they basically see this. It says Autopilot ready, and it says start. So people are wondering, like, is Porsche Taycan going to have Autopilot? Well, for a couple of things. I don't believe Autopilot is trademarkable word. So, and I definitely don't think that Tesla has trademarked it. But I'm not really sure why Porsche wants to get into that, because a lot of people, including myself, criticized Tesla for naming it Autopilot, where it's really more of a driver assistant, and a lot of people believe that, or think that, oh, if it's autopilot, then it's going to drive for me. And granted, the autopilot for planes is also an assistant, but listen, perception is reality, and a lot of people kind of believe that this is where the car is fully autonomous. Not sure if they want to get into that, whole issue. Also, I would probably name it different anyway, because there's so many cool names you can think of. Do you really kind of want to follow rather than lead? It's kind of weird that there is a start button there and it says ready, even though the car was backing up. So why would that be available if the car is backing up? Not really sure what would that the purpose be. I'm also assuming that's probably in a demo mode, so maybe it just has some features that haven't had this, like for example graying it out, that maybe just doesn't happen yet, because once you come up with everything on the user interface that's working, and I'm telling you as a former UX and UI developer, then you start doing this functionality and figuring out graying stuff out. So, but nevertheless, I really do hope they rename it. But it does look like they are moving forward with it, which is, by the way, who did not expect Porsche not to have some sort of self-driving features. Now, here's the interesting thing. See that gear shifter, which by the way kind of floats in the air? It's just like it just looks so fake. That's why I'm just wondering if this is some sort of a graphics. Um, as you can see, it has a smart surface, which is kind of cool. There's a lot of different things. We've seen it in a Roadster recently, where you unlock the door by sliding thing on the door. When I test drove the Audi e-tron GT, that's how you unlock the door from the inside. You slide. But sliding technology like this, it's you have to be very careful. A lot of times you want to slide something because it's a prolonged action, and when you're unlocking your phone or a car, you do need to pay attention to it. It needs to be kind of a longer and harder thing to do. So I can understand on one hand why they did it here. On another hand, is it possible, because this is such a high traffic area, right? In between the seats, is it possible to accidentally to switch the car into drive just by brushing against it? Some people hold hands with their spouses or boyfriends and girlfriends. Is that possible to just kind of switch the car into wrong gear, I guess? So I'm torn on this. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? On one hand, I love the smart surfaces. I love everything to be touch screen. On another hand, this is such an important feature that I'm not quite sure if we want to screw with that. And by the way, in order to put it in the reverse, it's kind of weird. The person had to click on the park, then this sort of a marker went on neutral, and then it had to be slid to rear. I'm not really sure that's a good user interface either. And another weird thing about this video is that the person was kind of backing up, but into an empty parking spot. So it always felt like it was just trying to park itself, and then all of a sudden got reversed and started driving forward. And in the video, you can see there's pretty much like a pillar there. So just the whole thing is a little weird. If it's a spy video, like somebody took it really quickly. Obviously, they were in possession of the car, so it must have been an employee of a Porsche or Volkswagen Group. But then, why is the video so smooth? Why only 18 seconds? Why not let us see more? There's a lot of questions, but nevertheless, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we get to see it and kind of get excited. They're going to be unveiling it I believe in September. Production starts for real, I believe, the month after that. So this car will be on the road by the end of this year, and it will be very interesting to see. Will Tesla, compete, or will Porsche, really, I should say, compete with Tesla, or people will pull back? I know there's a lot of reservations, and they're saying that a lot of them are coming from the Tesla current owners, and I believe them. But this is going to be a real test, and see, there will, of course, will be problems and production delays. Just it would be interesting to see how Volkswagen Group handles this. So all of my eyes are on this car. Don't forget, really quick shout out to one of my newer patrons, Kyle Mahan. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. The only place where you can watch me live, and if you're interested in supporting this independent channel, go to patreon.com/e4electric. The link is in the description of this video. And another link is there, so you might use it while you're at it. e4electric.com/VIP. That's how you get on our VIP list, and we send out a bonus story every Saturday. It's free, so go and join there. All right, looking forward to your opinions. let me know what you're seeing in this video, because I mean, your guess is just as good as mine. And let me know if you like that smart surface on the gear shifter as well. And of course, the autopilot. That's a mystery. Looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.